first contestant voted out of Survive Season 2 Galaxy Curse for the second time.
Yeah.
Josh, how are you feeling after that vote?
I mean, I knew it was coming. I tried to fight hard. I think they thought I had some sort of advantage or some sort of curse or whatnot. Maybe they just didn't trust me. I was trying my hardest to do that. Yeah, I just don't think that there was any shot any of them wanted to go far with me just because of the battle back and also my charming personality. But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I got to compete, got to pretty much do everything I wanted to. Wish I could have found an idol, but unfortunately couldn't.
So we saw you vote for Angela. Obviously, looking at tribal lines, it would have been a clear vote to vote out Angela. What do you think happened?
I think, I mean, a lot of stuff could have happened. I think Angela's just a really, really good player and probably lied or made something up and convinced them to vote for me somehow. That could have happened. Maybe there were some alliances outside the game that I wasn't aware of. I know I was starting to try and work with James. That was going to be my next move. I think if James was on the, out of the draw, was working there, I think I would have probably voted somebody else out, like Danny was someone I was looking to target. But, yeah, I don't know. I know at the very end, Elena came up to me and was like, right before we were going to Tribal, she was like, do you want to vote for Jeff? And I'm like, I don't know. I think that it might be a little late to switch the vote. So I don't know. Maybe I could have worked with Angela, but and Lena and gotten out Jeff. But truthfully, I think it was just they were all set on getting me out at that point.
You've had an interesting roller coaster in this game from
Yes.
being voted out fourth to then ultimately surviving the Elimination Galaxy and getting a chance to make it back into the game. You then make a critical milestone in a game like this in the merge, and now you become the second member of the jury. Like, what are you feeling about all of that?
It's
Crazy
a lot, man.
ride.
Let's say 2.5, because if Lena would have stayed up a little bit, I would be juror number 3. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm super proud of myself. Fighting back, definitely getting outside of Elimination Galaxy was really difficult. You had to really fight yourself. I learned a lot about who I was, and then I think I did a great job just trying to get back in it and get as far as I possibly could. I don't think the only regrets I really have is not finding an idol. I knew I would need one, but I think I played the best I could. Yeah, and it's been such a great experience. And to get to the jury, that was one of my big goals coming in to this game. I wish I could have gone further, but you know what? I'm just so excited to shave and get some food.
That's awesome. So, everyone comes into the game with a goal in mind. Some people come here for the competition aspect, some people come for the social and strategic aspect, but sometimes players come into the game for a bigger purpose. And I heard you say just there that you really learned something about yourself. So what did you learn about yourself through this journey?
I did not realize how strong I actually was in mentally just to push through things. That battle back challenge, there were many times there I was like, I'm not going to be able to win this thing. It's so difficult. My muscles are spazzing, but I just kept in like, you got to focus. You got to just keep going. At Elimination Galaxy, so many times I was like, this is just stupid. I should quit and go call my family and, just be done. I'll be pre-jury. It'll be fine. But there was something in me just like, you got to just stick it out, man. You're going to hate yourself if you don't keep going. You can do it. It's only a little bit longer. And then just coming back in and fighting like hell, and then just realizing that you can just have a good time. Yeah, I came in here, I just wanted to have a lot of fun, see how I did, and I think I did pretty well. Maybe I have some social aspects of my game I got to work on, maybe some strategic stuff, but for my first time ever playing, I think I did pretty well making it to the jury.
So So I don't recall who you selected as your winner pick when you got voted out the last time, but if you do recall, who was that, and
Oh my
who is
god.
your winner pick now that you've seen a little bit more of the game?
Oh my god, I don't remember who my winner pick was the first time, but right now, I I really do think Lena made a bad. I don't know if it was just she had nobody else that the other two wanted to vote me out, or if she just didn't trust me. But I think if she didn't, she made a bad pick because I think that her alliance is about to get smashed by Danny. So, I mean, yeah, my pick to win right now is probably Danny, but you never really know. Angela and James are both great players, so I'd say those are also possibilities. But
Awesome.
Danny, I guess, to give you a
Awesome.
one-word answer.
Anything else that you would like to add? Any shout outs,
No,
thank yous?
no, I already did this once already. I guess thanks to, I don't know, my family as well, the production crew. This has actually been so much fun, so absolutely incredible. Coming into this, I was so, like, I don't know what to expect. You guys did an incredible job putting this on. The challenges were amazing. So thanks to everyone. This has been an incredible experience. I'm just happy to have done as well as I did. Yeah, and hopefully people at home enjoyed watching me. Yeah. And
Well, we
hopefully you don't think I'm a
appreciate
villain like everybody else thought.
well, we appreciated having you on the cast this season, Josh. Thank you so much for playing, and we'll see more of Josh at the upcoming Tribals, and when he will help vote for the winner of Survive Season 2, Galaxy Curse. Signing off now with Josh. All right, I am here with the next voted out contestant of Survive Season 2, Galaxy Curse, Alex. How are you feeling, Alex?
I knew it was coming, so I guess that's not necessarily something, but it kind of lessens it. Um, like I said in my confessionals yesterday, it was frustrating feeling like I was in the majority and still not having agency. Um, I'm glad I made it this far, and it was very cool all around to meet people and do all these cool challenges and everything. Um, there are things I could have done differently, sure, but there are just people out here who have way more experience at this than I do, and I knew that coming in. Um,
talk to us a little bit more about how you knew the vote was going to be you coming in, and like you said, what you could have done differently.
Um, I think I played a very similar kind of game to the person who controlled this vote. And I don't know, maybe had I made that not so apparent, I would have skated through a little longer. Um, had I not been so tight to Ryan and Lena and been able to be seen as a little more of a free agent, something could have happened there. And I was trying to play that up going into today. But once we got into this back half of the game, especially seeing how those votes went at the start, I knew that it would potentially be an uphill battle, and it was kind of just trying to shift that perception in a way that I could, and I just couldn't do it.
And who you mentioned someone was controlling this vote. Who was controlling this vote, and did they make it known that they were controlling?
Oh,
the
Danny
vote?
was controlling the vote. Danny's controlled every vote so far this game, at least in the ones that I've been a part of. And they knew that. Ryan and I knew that. And I didn't want to vote Ryan because he was my favorite person in the game. I felt the closest to him. And so I almost just kept my vote on Danny just in case I was wrong. But I knew and just in case I didn't want, in case they were splitting it and there wasn't an advantage in power, maybe I could save myself. And I didn't think that I could, because I didn't want to do that vote. I didn't want to have to write down his name, but it's okay.
How does it feel? Have you ever played one of these LRG games before?
No, I played an ORG that wrapped a month and a half ago.
Got it. So as your first time playing an LRG, and making 2 critical milestones in a game, three really. You made your first swap, you made the merge, and then now you become a member of the jury. Tell me about all of those emotions and what making those milestones in your first LRG game means to you.
That was always my goal. That was my first goal going into the ORG, was to make jury, just because this is all so new to me, even learning that they exist, that I just wanted to see as much of it as I could. My goal going into that first ORG was just to make it to the jury, and I won that one. So I had a high bar to reach for this one, and I knew it realistically wouldn't happen, but I wanted to get a little closer. But I'm glad that I made it as far as I did. I reached the realistic goal I knew I had set for myself, and I got to see some really, really cool things along the way.
Absolutely. And so, given that this was your first LRG experience, and you had a great time here, could we potentially be seeing you in the future in more LRGs?
If I'm cast in them, I keep getting cast as alternates, and then getting asked to play, and I'm glad that has happened. Yeah, there are a couple, at least within the region, that seem really cool to play, and I want to meet more players and more people in this community. So hopefully you'll see me elsewhere.
Players
to be determined.
Players come into these games for all different sorts of reasons, competitive nature, social, strategic, etc. But then there's some players that come in for a higher purpose. And is there anything that you learned about yourself surviving out in the woods for the last several days?
I haven't ever done this level of just on the ground in the dirt camping, and I haven't done even that intense camping in, I don't know, a decade and a half. So getting the level of disconnect I've had the last couple days has been really, really nice. And yes, a lot of my time in the game thoughts were related to the game, and because of course they're going to be, but being able to just appreciate that I'm out here getting to do this, and having the opportunity and the ability to get away and disconnect from everything to play Survivor in someone's like backyard and on their property. Like, I definitely took time to appreciate that, because I really do.
Awesome. And you got a chance to meet many of the contestants, play with many of the contestants. Who do you think is playing the best game and is gonna win?
Danny. I I think there's going to be someone who's played before, which is what I didn't want to have happen. I wanted the new players to have the chance to get this experience, like Jorge and G, and like Ryan, Lena, who are not as new players as I initially thought, but that's the point. Like Meredith, these fresher faces, because like, yes, I know they're the super serious competitors and all that who are gaming super hard, but I think when you have a bunch of newer players, and especially had the newer players at the start of the merge stuck around, it could have made for some really interesting gameplay that the older players kept saying wasn't happening.
Is there anything else you want to add? Any special shout outs, thank yous? Now would be your time.
Shout out to Jack. This officially means that I'm not going to talk to you for a couple more days, but I'm glad that that's the case. Shout out to Lena and Ryan, the OG of my entire trajectory of this game. I'm rooting for both of you, and I don't want to see either of you soon, even though I'll miss hanging out with you. And shout out to the Turn Chat. I'm excited to get back to the indie with you.
Awesome. Well, we loved having you, Alex. Thank you so much for playing. We will see more of Alex in the upcoming Tribal Council, so stay tuned for that. And of course, we will see him at Final Tribal Council, where he will have the opportunity to vote for the winner of this game. All right.
Shout out to my parents. Thank you for thinking that this was a thing that I should go do.
Awesome. Well, signing off now with Alex.